Hi Cancers, welcome to your October 2017 readings. So these are your monthly readings. I do homework and relationships. Relationships come in all forms, so keep that in mind. There's a stigma on that. It's just, I gotta keep stressing that out there. Relationships come in the form of partnerships. This could mean with coworkers, family members, siblings, parents, grandparents, friends. So keep that in mind, all right? Take what applies to you. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm a little tired today. I've been trying to quit drinking coffee. It's not going well, people. It's not going well. You can really, when you stop drinking it, you can really feel the effects of what it had on your body. And those of you that are empathic, you'll notice that when you empathic people tend to live off of coffee. It's actually a problem for them, and they drink at least 5 cups a day, so if you're empathic, then that's blocking your abilities. So it would be I'd recommend slowly cutting it down. I'm getting that message for some of you guys, to slowly cut it down and then get to that 1 cup a day. I did that, and I'm not even drinking coffee, and I feel very sluggish. I'm not gonna lie, people. Very sluggish. I'm just waiting for the energies to get interrupted. Oh, there we go. Just gotta whack that flipped, so we'll use that. All right. So I deal with energies. So I might not get, majority of the time, I don't get the actual meaning of the card. The cards are a tool for me to harness in on a vibration, because I deal with energies. I need some sort of tool for me to harness that energy inwards. It's just, I got a lot of Aquarius. I got some Sag. I'm a little weird. I stopped trying to figure it out a long time ago. It just drove me insane. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming in. We have the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, Cancers. We have the King of Pentacles at home. So I feel like you're pretty grounded and you're pretty practical right now. Your main focus is on stability, and it's not even just stability, it's like a firm foundation is what you're craving, Cancer. It seems like that's what you're really trying to plant, a very firm foundation. Okay, and if that's the case, well then, okay, you have to be patient with yourself, I'm getting, because you have to realize that there's a difference between the right way and the correct way of doing things. And you have a Virgo energy here that's coming through. And with Virgos, they know this. They know how to do things the correct way over the right way. So and that involves patience. And this is why Virgo are considered to be methodical, because they consider, okay, they understand to create that one thing, that there's there's multitudes of things that you have to consider that go with that one thing. There's a lot of other, I'm getting, you have to consider other things to get to your main goal, and you have to be more patient with yourself, is what I'm getting. You don't want to be taking shortcuts, because you're trying to build that firm foundation. We have the Devil coming in. We have the Magician. Yeah, we got Virgo. See, this is Virgo. Okay, and these cards are based on they're based on mythology. So these ones are based on more of the Thor and Odin days. And Virgos, okay. So with this card here, it is Virgo. There was a wolf that was terrorizing the whole neighborhood, the city, okay, and this guy, nobody could kill it. This wolf was just mass murdering all the people's cows, their farms, and it was killing children even. And this guy came, and he understood that the only way to kill the wolf was to create a bait for it, and by using his hand as the sacrifice for the bait. Okay, Virgos are not afraid to sacrifice. They understand this is the concept of the right thing and the correct thing. They make hard sacrifices to get to where they want to go, and they're patient and they're methodical about how they do it. And this guy ended up killing the wolf because he sacrificed his hand, right? So people praised him like a magician, but they didn't understand that, you know, like, he sacrificed his hand. There was blood, and there was a major sacrifice there. You know, he lost a part of himself in order to get that. All right. So this is saying there's a warning here of Cancers. Don't let your need to succeed sacrifice your that part of you that's still pure, that purity. All right, because I mean, there's a sense here of you need to be careful that you're not letting money rule you, okay? Because if you let money rule you, then money's going to be the deciding factor of everything in your life, and you're not going to truly be happy. Money is just going to buy you a temporary solution, you know? So this is like, watch your spending and stuff like that. Okay, we have the devil here. And it's saying that there needs to be sacrifices. You gotta ensure that you're building a firm foundation, okay? So this is talking about you do need to make some sort of sacrifice in order to get there, and you got to be patient with yourself, okay? Like, you're going to get frustrated, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. It's part of the journey. Like, you're still on a journey here, and you're creating it, but it's got to come from true self. Because if you're not, what I'm getting is, if you're not yourself, then what you're creating is not going to be firm. There's even if you look, you can see an arrow pointing up to him. It's got to come from who you are, right? Like, if you're truly who you are, then you're going to create magic, all right? So it's getting into tune with who you are. You have the Chariot here, which is your card. We have Temperance. You guys got a lot of major arcanas here. Holy moly, Cancers. Okay, Cancers, and you're quite sensitive right now. Get in your water, too, because I feel like some of you guys, it's going back to being empathic for some of you. So coffee is a really big thing for you if you're empathic, and trying to get, okay, a lot of empathic people to stay up late. They have a hard time. They don't have a firm schedule. It's hard, and it's due to coffee most of the time. Your system is so booted up with that coffee that you're just wide awake, you know, like pondering stuff. But also, I'm getting like proper eating and breakfast and stuff like that. So this is like ensuring, even if it's protein is really important. I'm getting just a weird message. So even if it's just for those of you that don't like to eat first thing in the morning, okay, having a banana is really important. There's a lot of nutrients in that for you. There's changes here you have to make. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Emperor. Some of you guys work for Virgo is what I'm getting. Some of you have a lot of options for work. Like, maybe you're looking for a new job is what I'm getting. Okay, but what I am getting for your work, if there's any problems that you're having, it's because of practicalities. It's priorities. It's details. You got Virgo here, so this is details. Um, and it's saying that this month you're going to have to, okay, like Cancers, you're going to have to really watch the details in your work, okay? So whatever you do for a living, it's like, um, it's saying that the small things are going to count at work. So this is like small gestures, um, even noticing how to correct things, all right? Like, it's also admitting when you make a mistake too, and not passing it off, okay? Because you have a Virgo energy here, which means that that's gonna, like, anything that like that will be found out, because Virgo is keen with details, and there's a sense of purity with Virgos. So Virgos are very, and they're ruled by Mercury, uh, but they can sense things. They're highly in tune to energy. They're very sensitive. They know when things are off, and they know when something's wrong, and then they'll investigate that. They can put two and two together, and they can put it together faster than other people because they're ruled by Mercury, right? They'll know the exact thing that they have to look for, or they'll know the exact detail that's off, right? So, like, this is saying if there's a mistake, own up to it, and you'll be looked at as a lot. That'll be taken as a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, we all make mistakes. But this is saying that you need to pay attention to details, because there could be something that comes up that might. I don't know what. I deal with energies. I don't know what kind of work you're in or what you do, but there's some sort of detail that you could miss that could um, create problems. And it could be just for you, or it could be for the company. But it's saying that if you pay attention to the details, you'll catch it. And it's also saying that you'll be able to find more practical ways of changing things. But with Virgo here, it's mainly talking about your schedule needs to be, I'm feeling like your schedule needs to be um, more planned out, like having a proper bedtime. You need to be scheduling things. There needs to be, I'm seeing actually, like, which is interesting, I'm seeing one of those things that you put up on the fridge when you're a kid, like, I don't have kids, but when I was a kid, my mom used to have one of those charts on the on the fridge, who did what on what day. I have three siblings, and is one person washed the dishes this day, and then the next person washed, and the other one dried, and then one put away. It was like rotated. You need one of those, and then taking the garbage out, mowing the lawn, all that stuff. It was all scheduled out. You need one of those things on your fridge, like of like, and it's like it's to start you. You might not need it permanently, but you need it there so you can be checking it off, and like week by week getting better at prioritizing. And it's like focused on self here. Like, you need to be doing that for yourself. So that's like, it's what I was talking about, eating breakfast. That's important. If you don't have the time to cook it, then it's talking about grabbing fruit. And that's a small step of a pattern changing here. You need to break some sort of pattern. There's also a codependency happening here. Okay, for you Cancers that are dealing with a Sagittarian, because you do have Sagittarian here. Okay, well, this person, it seems like, well, you have Sagittarian and Capricorn. All right, well, if you're close with somebody that's a Sagittarian, okay, they're in the like final countdown of Saturn right now, all right, people. So I don't know, for somebody out there, you might be dealing with them. You got like um, they're really going through it, is what I'm feeling. Like, and it's most Sages will be, because it's the final phase of Saturn in our sign, and it's going to um, Capricorn. All right, so there's going to be a big shift here, I feel, for you Cancers, when Saturn hits Capricorn. Okay, and the Saturn already went through Scorpio, and it's going to be done through Sag. And the Scorpio Sag process is the dark night of the soul. It's like judgment. Like they have a part of the gate. And then it goes to Saturn in Capricorn. And depending on what happened to everybody, if they learn their lessons, because when Saturn's sitting in Sagittarius, that's like everybody, if you've seen that show Touched by an Angel, everybody being shown an image of what part they played, what they were like, and given a chance to correct it. And then when Saturn moves into Capricorn, it's depending on what we've all learned and what we've accepted and embraced, because I say that because we have to accept some, ugly truths. Truth is not easy to accept, okay? Whether that's about ourselves or other people, there's a grieving process that will have to happen in that. And in grief, there's denial too, right? And then there's anger. And I feel like you're going to be going through this process, but it's okay, because it's best to do it now before it gets to Saturn gets to Capricorn, because there's some importance here for you. So, like, you're going to be, I feel like your rewards are going to come through. If you've done things correctly, your rewards are going to come through when it hits, Saturn hits Capricorn. For some people, it's going to be when Saturn hits Capricorn. It's not anybody that's watching, but for a lot of people out there that haven't learned their lessons, it's going to be like Busta Rhymes, that song "Ante Up." That's what's going to happen when Saturn hits Capricorn. That's what it's going to be like, people. That's what it's like when it hits your own sign, or like Saturn comes into your sign. You gotta, Saturn starts teaching you how to build things correctly, a firm foundation, right? You got to get your emotions on balance. I feel like your work is looking quite well. Detail is very. You can't be. Well, creativity is important for you guys, but you need to ground it somehow. And it's like writing down your ideas and stuff like that. But I feel for some of you guys at work, it's like you need to be careful about the details. Okay, so if you're daydreaming and stuff at work, you need to ensure that you're paying attention to more what you're doing, so you don't miss something. For some of you guys, I do feel like when uh, you could have a Capricorn around you that is a drinker. Okay, there's something here with a Capricorn tying up a Sagittarius. Like, because if you look, you see this. This is the card, which represents Sagittarius. And then if you look at the devil, you can see the same character right here in the background. He's tied up, like, and he's quite bloody. So it's like there's some sort of incident where a Capricorn is tying up or prohibiting a Sagittarius from moving forward. Something like that. I had an incident with a Capricorn that did that, so that's interesting. Uh, Not even gonna lie, people, it's been rough for me. It's been rough. I turned into Mother effing Xena, man. I had enough of people. I was all quiet and patient, and then it was just enough. Enough is enough, like there's nothing worse than when a Sag has to do that. They get all ticked off, like I feel like at home some of you guys could have a chance to move. Uh, you might have a lot of visitors. I can't speak. It's like when the camera comes on. I got a Virgo rising. It's like this, I don't know, camera goes on and it's like, I'm like Porky the Pig. I can't talk proper. Where there's a chance here that you could have an option to move or relocate, and it could even be for work for some of you guys. Some of you guys, okay, Cancers, this is really hard for you guys, especially Cancers, because Cancers is like home, right? I love Cancers. I got 4 planets that sit in the house of Cancer. It's why I can pick up energies. That's feelings, right? Like that's empathic. That's Cancer. It's home. I always feel like I'm home with Cancers. Uh, there's a sense here that you might need to have to move because your environment no longer suits you. But here's the problem with Cancers: is you become you become attached. And it's almost like a Leo thing. Leos do this, right? Because Leos have their little clan that they have a tribe, and they're very dedicated to that tribe. Okay, but you need to realize that some of these people that are not healthy for you no more. All right, like you're evolving, and they're kind of like prohibiting you and tying you down, and some of them might even be influencing you in bad ways. You know what I mean? And it's like you're becoming on a new level here, and you need to release that. But I'm also seeing like moving is really hard for cancers, or releasing people that they've no there's like you know, because cancers are ruled by the moon. All right, like I'm getting sad here. Throat's getting all choked up. I don't know if there's a cancer out there that you know that you have to release something, and you're like in denial about it. You don't want to, right? Like, but cancers, you're like, okay, cancers are the moon. They're like the mother. And okay, a mother's love is unconditional, so they'll tolerate a lot of bad things. You ever seen like a child that has committed like mass murders, and that mother still shows up to the trial, and everybody's against that mother, and that mother knows her child did something wrong, but she's still sitting there. That's her child, and she still loves that child. Okay, cancers, you you're like that. You'll love these people regardless of what they did. You know they're a bad influence on you. You know you got to release it. Like I'm not telling you anything you don't know here. Cancers, you have that unconditional love in you, but it's you grow attached to things, and your attachments, you got some attachment cords to some things that no longer serve you. So I don't know if you need to get into Reiki. Meditation could be really good for you guys. I feel like a lot of salt baths, get in your ocean, will be really good for you. But I'm also getting a sense here, cancers, you need to move. And like I was saying about cancers can become very attached. It's hard for you to release because you have a lot of feeling in your home. Like you take a lot of pride in your home, and cancers make some of the best homes. Cancers are the type of homes you walk into and you feel comfortable. It's not like one of those posh homes that you walk into and it's like you can't touch this, you can't touch that, you know what I mean? Or it's not a home where somebody's trying to be all modern and stylish. It's a home that you walk into and you feel like you can just sit down and you can just be. You know what I mean? It's homey. You can tell everything in the house has been touched. Everything has meaning. Everything's been used. It has a memory. It's a very comforting feeling. You might have to pick up all those items that's in that home and move it to another place where you can create that comforting feeling, Cancer. Okay, like don't you're very firm on staying where you are and not giving it up, but change is inevitable. You can't It's the one consistent thing in life that happens. All right. Yeah, I do feel like for relationships, and that comes in all forms, there's some sort of separation that needs to happen. And whatever's happening at work, don't worry about it. Prioritize. It's saying scheduling is really important, like I was talking about earlier. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out. Namaste, and I will talk to you later. Ciao for now.